Hi everyone, hope you're doing well from wherever you're watching this channel, depending on your time zone. Now, not long ago, Ruto warned non-locals at Dongokundu to keep off compensation claim from the government. Kwamba wewe ni mtu wa kukuja, wewe si mwenyeji. Keep off the issue of demanding the government to compensate for your land. Now, when you listen to William Ruto, then you wonder, does Ruto mean that he only has properties in Sugoi and not elsewhere? The same man has ranches in Taita Taveta, he has a ranch in Narok, he has a ranch in Moiben and other areas. I think most of you already know. But he was busy telling locals what? That non-locals should not own property there. If you had something, now the government took over the land, there is no issue of compensation. Ni wenyeji wa kuzaliwa pale peke yake ambao watashughulikiwa. That was Ruto. So the fact is that Ruto was setting up locals against the foreigners owning land in their locality. Now, you know what is happening? After all this, we are now seeing that the former CS under Uhuru Kenyatta, Amina Mohamed, palatial home in Mlimani in Kakamega County has been demolished. So you try to compare Ruto's statement and what is happening in Kakamega to Amina Mohamed, then you connect the dots. Because then the fact remains that Ruto said live on camera that foreigners owning land and properties outside their home or area of origin should vacate or rudi kwao. Then we see this happening to Amina Mohamed.
Ile mambo ilifanyika pale Dongokundu. Hiyo Dongokundu tumezungumzia karibu miaka sijui 20 na haijafanya kazi. Hiyo Dongokundu nimesema kwamba kuna mpango ilifanywa pale. Orodha ya watu imeandikwa mrefu ati ni watu wa Dongokundu. Huyu PO Box Kakamega, huyu PO Box sijui wapi, huyu PO Box sijui wapi. Wewe kama PO Box yako ni Kakamega, wewe unafanya nini Dongokundu? Kama wewe PO Box yako ni Eldoret, unafanya nini Kakamega? Ama PO Box Nairobi, wewe unafanya nini Dongokundu? Ndio nimesema hiyo list ambayo iliandikwa, hiyo list tunaifutilia mbali, tunaenda pale kuhesabu wale watu wanaishi Dongokundu, hao ndio tutawalipa. Wale wakora wengine wote watoke. Ninyi mnanielewa? Nani si mnajua vile nimesema? Na mimi sipingani na mtu. Wale wakora, wafisadi, wezi, maland grabber, mambo yao ni matatu. Finish.
So the fact remains that Ruto said live on camera that foreigners owning land and properties outside their home area should vacate. That is what he said. Then immediately after this, what are we seeing? Bulldozers sent to Kakamega to demolish a palatial home belonging to a former CS under Uhuru Kenyatta, Amina Mohamed, in Milimani. The only home Amina Mohamed knew, where the family, of course we know, she's originally Somali, a Kenyan Somali. But the family moved long time to Kakamega. That's the only place she knows as home. They put a property, they put a building in a property they bought. They developed a property. Then all of a sudden, after such kind of a settlement, you see bulldozers coming and demolishing the entire home. Now, this one confirms the statement from Ruto and what he had said watu warudi kwao. Eti wewe ni mtu wa Kakamega, unafanya nini Dongo Kundu? So what translation does he want Kenyans to take? Ya kwamba Amina Mohamed, wewe ni originally mtu wa Eastern, unafanya nini Kakamega? That is what Kenyans can conclude in this statement. Very sad. Now we are continuing this particular discussion, but just a quick request for those who are watching and you have not yet subscribed, please consider subscribing to our channel. Subscribers, Samasa, thank you so much. And again to all our viewers, please give this video a thumbs up. Thank you so much. And before I forget, there is a program we have been running here. We are contributing school fees for needy students, and I had shared his story earlier. This is a kid coming from a single parent family, but the unfortunate thing is that they finally lost their father, the sole breadwinner. Now the sister is in the gap to try and make sure that she can get something for them to eat at home, but above all, again, try to get something to take to school. So for Martin Agalomba to be in school, he need to have 40,000 to join boarding section. They have day and boarding section. So you look at the situation at home, the best thing to do is to try and let him be in the boarding section. So we have been doing that contribution here, and we have managed to raise 37,000. We are less by 3. But then I also discovered that there are other issues that he might not manage to have, like mattress, bed sheet, blanket, and all those, the shopping for the boarding. So we are just less by 3,000, but above all, we are asking those who are willing also to add something so that we can also get money to do the other shopping for him. Alafu safari moja tu aende shule aendelee na masomo. So I had already mentioned the names of those who I had already given. I'm just mentioning one name because people are not comfortable to disclose their identity. And I'm requesting you to continue supporting. I think we might end this program today if we manage to hit the target. For those who want to send something, the number is, M-Pesa number is 0708340092. My name, Charles Inangungwa. Thank you so much, and back to our discussion. Now, when you listen to Ruto's statement in Dongo Kundu, then what is happening at Milimani in Kakamega County, the demolition of palatial home belonging to Amina Mohamed, then tell me, isn't that a call for anarchy? The statement from Dongo Kundu was unfortunate. It should have never happened. It should have never come from a man who is now in the State House as the president. In our constitution, we have a right to own property anywhere in this country as long as we are following the law. As a Kenyan, you have a right to live where you think you are safe. Kama mimi niko hapa Vihiga, nikitaka kununua shamba in Eldoret, niende ninunue. Nikifikiria niende Kisumu, basi niende huko. Nikisema Ukambani or even in huko Mount Kenya, I can go. That is what should happen. But we are seeing a president who is against that move. That if you own a property hapa Vihiga ama Kakamega, then the government want to take over that land and do some compensation. So the fact remains that compensation will not happen to a person who came from outside and bought a property in the area where now si kwako original. So compensation only happened to locals. But foreigners who came and bought property, uungue hivyo. I think that is a translation that we are getting from the statement that Ruto issued while in Dongo Kundu. So you look at that, then what is happening to Amina Mohamed? It is very sad. It now makes Kenya to believe that, so that's what Ruto mean. What message are you sending to people in this country? That if you have someone who's not a member, a person from your community and is living among you, view him as a foreigner, chase him away. Very sad in this century that we are living in. So the government has fulfilled what Ruto said while he was in Dongokundu. Demolish, chase them away, take over property, don't compensate them because they are non-locals. Now Amina Mohamed has become a victim of the same. People have valid title deed, they bought property, they have been there for decades of years. Then you go and just demolish like that. So Ruto has made his threat true. He's discouraging Kenyans to own property elsewhere. We are one nation, one people. We pay taxes. When we are buying property, we get approval and documents from the government. So which government was issuing those title deeds? And which government is going to demolish? Are we safe under William Ruto? Or we have a president who is calling for anarchy? Now you call for anarchy. What do you expect Kenyans to call you? It will be very easy for a family like that one of Amina Mohamed to refer to a president like William Ruto as an anarchist. Because he says this thing here, then all of a sudden it's happening here. Now imagine people referring to a president as an anarchist. Are you still a leader? And who do you want to lead? By which means? By threat, intimidation, harassment, eviction, dictatorship. That when you own property outside your locality, you are at threat under William Ruto's leadership. You are at risk of losing that property. The incitement that is happening now, you are at risk that the people you are living among, they can even one day wake up and set your property on fire because they don't want you there, just because someone issued a statement. It is very sad. It should never happen.